All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Destination Imagination Team Manager meeting. The format of the meeting today is just a short PowerPoint presentation to give you a high-level overview of the program and to talk about the requirements for being a team manager. If at any point during the presentation you have any questions, go ahead and type those into the question and answer box and we'll answer those as time permits. We want to start by letting you know that as the team manager for Destination Imagination, you will be fully supported to have a successful team. We provide for DI and all of the programs sponsored by the Student Activities Department. We provide the materials, whether it's books or supplies, transportation to competitions, meals, student participation incentives, registration fees. So in this case, your registration numbers, and training for coaches, your stipends, and travel in the event that you advance to other competitions. So Destination Imagination is one of our largest programs, and that is primarily because not only is it fun, but it's also starting at grade kinder and going all the way up to 12. And that is such an awesome thing. We've tried to do that with a lot of our programs because we know that kids sometimes don't know exactly what it is that they like. And the earlier we give them some exposure to some other experiences with competitions, maybe that'll be something that they'll continue to do through middle school and high school. This year for middle school, we added cheerleading, and esports, of course, was added last year, and we've continued to support that program and expand. There's a lot of interest in that. At the high school level, we added the Social Impact Challenge, and we added Link Crew, which is a freshman transition program that is taking place at 11 of our high schools this year. So I want to introduce you to the team that makes all of this happen. I'll start with Noelle Spear. She is your contact person for Destination Imagination. She's also responsible for Elementary UIL and Lone Star Challenge and TMSCA. And she's our point person for the activities website, where all activities, campus-based and student activities, are collected. Leonidas Patterson is her counterpart at the secondary level. He has academic UIL at the secondary level, and decathlon, pentathlon, Link Crew, Social Impact Challenge, and debate. Angie Nuno is responsible for chess and esports. And Christina Martinez is responsible for middle school cheer and varsity and JV cheerleading, newspaper, yearbook, social media, training, and she's also works on the activity site. And Erica Guzman is responsible for transportation and budget and helping us with supplemental pay and processing everything. We know that extracurricular activities provide so much to the school experience, not only for students, but also for coaches and team managers. So whether you're a parent and you're serving as a team manager and volunteering your time, or you are an employee that has taken on the task of having a DI team, we really appreciate you being committed to the program and to students. We have a goal that every student will participate in at least one extracurricular activity. Participation truly changes the school experience and really makes them get all sorts of skills, from leadership to being part of the bigger community at the campus. So thank you for signing up and taking this on. As a coach or team manager, you're responsible for supervising your team just as you would if you're a teacher, just as you would your classroom, parent, just as you would your child. So when we have competitions and we're back face to face, the expectation is that you watch them. It's not just leave them or send them on the bus on their own, but more importantly, take care of them like you're at school or like you're at home. Student expectations, all we ask is that they follow the student code of conduct and they're courteous and respectful to everyone. So if you are a district employee and your principal has designated you as a Destination Imagination team manager, you should have received an email saying that you have been designated and you were given the opportunity to sign a coach agreement. what happens is sometimes at the end, people have forgotten that they've gotten that coach agreement and they never signed it. And that is the best way for you to get paid. So again, these are just employees that I'm speaking about, that if you did not get an email, check with Noelle to see if your principal designated you, or better yet, check with your principal. Maybe they just haven't designated yet. And they're like, oh yeah, I knew I was putting you down as Destination Imagination. But you can have up to 2 people at your campus to receive the full stipend. So we have a lot of schools that have a lot of teams. Some have parents as their team manager. And so we may have a person at the campus that is just that liaison person that is responsible for being kind of our go-between between the parents and the school. And then we have others that may have a mixture of 2 or 3 teams that are run by parents and 2 that are school employees. So it's the school employees, you can have up to 2 that receive the full stipend. If you've got 4 school employees and you've got 4 teams, that's when the stipend becomes split. So if you have any questions on that, you can reach out to Noelle or anybody in our office and we can help you go through that. But really your coach designation, your agreement will go through all of that, all the details related to the stipend and supplemental pay and what you need to do for that. Okay, the calendar is much longer than this. This is just a little snippet of what the calendar looks like. And Noelle will go into more detail in just a second about what the format is for this year and what some of the things that are going to happen. But this will be posted. She'll email you these things, but this will also be posted on the Student Activities website. If you click on the Destination Imagination logo, you'll find the full calendar there. Field trip request process. Okay, this changed a little bit this year. The main thing that changed is the site that you go to select the field trip request form. So you go to records and click on the link, do request new trip, enter your employee ID, and then just follow along, complete the steps on the form. Again, this is for employees. Someone at the school that's responsible for Destination Imagination would enter this field trip request. And again, Erica is your contact person for that.
This is the page I was referencing, dallasisd.org/DI. So on here, we're going to have a lot of calendar things. Know that this is the link where you'll claim your team. It links directly to the DI website. This is for when we get into regional registration. You'll need that later. Some of you have already asked about challenge previews for this year. I do want to say challenges are not yet posted. We'll get to that in just one second. So this is the DI calendar for the year. Once you click on it, you'll see all this information. And this is for y'all to keep up with. So obviously today's meeting, challenges will be released in November. I will send them out to you and notify you, each and every one of you, when they come out and when I have access to them, and they will be shared with you. Our next team manager training is December 7th. It will also be through Zoom. I'll send another reminder. So Winter Blitz and regionals registrations will open in December. So getting to that. So Winter Blitz, we're such a large group. We're going to split Winter Blitz by your school network. So if you're in School Leadership A, you will be going to the first Winter Blitz, and that is on January 23rd. And if you're in School Leadership B, your Winter Blitz is February 6th. So now if you'll notice, even on this calendar, I'm gonna scroll back up for it. So each one has a plan and an alternate plan. So if for some reason this year we get disrupted like we were in spring of last year, we're already know that the dates stand, it will go to virtual. Now the regional tournament is completely virtual. I'll be discussing that as I get more information. So this is your calendar, and it includes everything from when shirts are due, when I need you to turn in transportation, let's see, registration, when registration closes. So for both Winter Blitz and for regionals, it's going to close on the same date, that first week in January when we get back. Let's see, what else do I need to cover? And instant challenges are also virtual. So I think that's about it. We'll go back to the main page. So again, that's all that information. So as you're starting out, I know some of you have emailed me already about recruiting teams. I always get asked if there's a letter. So we made a quick flyer that you can distribute. It's listed here. Also, contact information worksheet. This is kind of everything you'll need to collect, not only for our department for student activities, but also the information you'll need to collect and send in for DI itself. And then this is your stipend agreement. Let me see here. I'll stop sharing for a second. Let me see some questions. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. So will Winter Blitz be virtual or face-to-face? So Winter Blitz is going to be tentatively face-to-face, and that's why we split you into two groups. It will be at Barack Obama Leadership Academy is our tentative location. So I'm going to be sending out more information on that. Yes, we will have lots of safety measures in place. That's a question. Is OTI? I'm going to submit the breakdown. I'm sorry. I did not already get that posted before this meeting, but magnets are part of School Leadership A. I will send y'all a list of your campuses so you can reference it rather than just, hey, I think I'm School Leadership A, and I will post it here at dallasisd.org/DI, and you can, and anyways, you'll be able to verify it at that time. Again, I will submit your networks if you don't know them already. So you will be able to see that full list. I mean, I could probably tell you all your campuses off the top of my head, but I don't think that's as effective. Okay, is there a sign-in sheet for this webinar? No, there's not. Christina prints a report, and I'm actually going to post the recording of this webinar on the website. It'll be up probably by tomorrow morning if you want to rewatch it. How do you register teams? I am in the middle of creating directions so everyone will know exactly how to register your team. I want to do a step-by-step. It will be, and actually I can show that really quick. So you'll kind of have two different sites. So I don't want to confuse you tonight with something that can wait a few weeks. I am really focused on you recruiting your 7 team members is probably the most important thing. And that's why I created and posted online the DI contact worksheet. Any other questions about tournament info? I will say, so although we don't have challenge, the challenge preview link, and maybe I should share that really quickly. So on our webpage, so this is the challenge previews. And this is what DI has posted currently. And you can download the PDF if you really want something tangible. But it's list all the different challenges. So if you're new to DI, it's technical, scientific, fine arts, service and learning. This is only for Rising Stars is pre-K through 2nd. There's an engineering challenge, improv, and instant challenge is something that you and all your teams will participate in. And that has a 3-day window. It will start February 15th, I believe. I'll send out the exact dates. Also, I do want to say improv, since it is you just get a topic and the students have to perform it right away, improv also has a different regional tournament deadline than all the other challenges. So if you are more of a procrastinator, you probably want to stay away from this one this year. Okay, maximum and minimum number of teams. So each team can only have 7 students compete in the challenge. So we're not telling you that only recruit 7 students. You might want to get an alternate, but no, for regional DI, their rules are that only 7 can compete. Okay, got another question I'll answer here. So if parents want to coach, but do it off campus, can they still do it? I'm going to say that is fine with our department. However, that's something that needs to be discussed at the campus level. It needs principal approval. So that will be a campus-based decision. Please discuss with your principal.
And make sure that they go through the volunteer department.
Okay. Will I get the stipend if there's only 1 team at my school? Yes, each campus, you as a coach only have to coach 1 team. You have the option of having a 2nd coach and a 2nd team. So I hope that clarifies that. again, for team size, so they asked, should the team be exactly 7 members? I used to coach DI I guess it wasn't that long ago. And I would usually get 8 because it always seems like someone has to drop for some family reason or something at the last minute. So it helps to have a full team and someone who already knows that position. However, know that, again, only 7 can compete, and that is kind of your decision to determine how many you want to recruit off. Let's see. All right. Okay, this is a good one. And this is something someone emailed me earlier. They asked, are the teams expected to stay virtual in practices if the competition is virtual? No, if you are allowed to meet on your campus already, and y'all are staying after for something and your team happens to be staying after and your principal's fine with it, then that is okay. Can there be less than 7 students? Yes. That's not ideal because there are a lot of different parts to the challenges usually, and you want someone to keep time, and you want someone that's a builder, and you want someone that's creative, and someone that's going to want to write your script for that portion of the competition. Okay, can Rising Stars teams pass to the state tournament? No, they're not competitive teams. Are there any restrictions on having after school meetings, or must they be during the day? Yes, there are restrictions. Our department encourages that you follow all the Dallas ISD guidelines. So, and if you're unsure, please discuss with your principal. Oh, okay. Someone asked, can I repeat what I said about being a procrastinator in the improv challenge? Okay. So the improv challenge has an earlier challenge deadline than all other of the team challenges this year. So know that everyone competes in instant challenge, but improv has an earlier deadline. That is because statewide, they're going to release that challenge, and it's on the calendar here. We'll take a look so I can give you the exact date. Improv challenge is released February 15th. It's a Monday. And then it's due that Thursday by 5. And you have to upload it to this site. And that's actually where everybody's going to have to upload their challenges. Oh, you know what? I said it was earlier, but it's only a day earlier. So just know you have a different deadline though. Okay, I have another question. So can students who are doing school virtually be part of the team? Yes, you can have a completely virtual team if you choose to. Okay, I had another question. There are 2 coaches at my school. Do we each have to have our own team, or can we coach the same team? Yes, if you choose to coach or co-coach a team at your campus, that's fine. But please note that that means you are splitting your stipend. So you have to have a whole team to get the whole stipend. And we can discuss that more. If you have questions or concerns, we can talk about that offline. Okay, so again, are we planning to meeting on campus with teams? That's still a campus-based decision. So I know in discussion, there are some teams that are meeting virtually and some are choosing to meet on campus. Okay, I have a question about Rising Stars. They asked, is 2nd grade the maximum? Yes, in 3rd grade, you become a competitive team. All right, next question. What happens if I have 3 students at school and 4 at-home learners? How would that work if the competition is face-to-face? Okay, please note, so only Winter Blitz is currently face-to-face. So regionals will be completely virtual. I'll follow up with y'all once we have more information on that, but I don't have any other pertinent information. I am going to start sharing the challenges as soon as I get them, and I will share for those people who want directions, like directions specifically after register, because it's a different site than has been, I don't know, the past 7 years. There's no longer a Texas DI. So I will be sharing all that with all of you. But if you just have questions you want me to answer personally, I'll continue to stay on and answer those. However, if you don't have any questions or you want to ask them privately or offline to myself, then you are dismissed for the evening. Thanks for coming. I am looking forward to this very creative and inventive year we're going to have. So Thanks for coming, everyone. All right. Okay. So someone asked, should we recruit appraisers and a team helper for the team representation still in place? Yes. So I am actually, during the tournament date, had we had it in person, I'm reserved that day at Barack Obama for all your appraisers to come and grade all our challenges in one day so I can flip them around. So that was a great question. I will be sending reminders about that and checking to make sure all teams have gotten their, it's 2 appraisers. So start recruiting now. That is always the hardest part of DI, is getting your appraisers in. All right, how are we going to do instant challenge if they are mixed online and virtual? Okay, that is going to be difficult. So I would start practicing in some sort of virtual format. I haven't seen and haven't been getting me in many details on instant challenge yet. But as soon as I do, I'm going to send any needed equipment to your campuses, and Angie and I will brainstorm to make sure that y'all can compete and complete those successfully. So are we submitting our challenge videos via video? Yes, you are. So for the regional tournament, and I posted it on that coach calendar, it's a resource.destinationimagination.org, and that's where all videos are submitted. Can we talk a bit more about appraisers, how many, and their expectations? Yes. So appraisers can be, so when I was a coach for DI, I would usually get a family member because I know my family would always be consistent and they would always show up. And you have to submit a name like 2 months ahead of time, and you need somebody to go to not only to judge the challenges, but they have to attend an appraiser training on a night on a Thursday evening. So usually I get someone really reliable at work, so from my campus, and then I'd ask like my mom. And that may sound silly, and you may choose to do it however you want, but that I always found, like, you need to have somebody you know for a fact can show up. And it is them volunteering their time too. So, but also know that, yes, I told you, my mom did it, which is fine. But she had to be cleared through volley. So make sure too, when you're choosing your appraisers, that's not going to be an issue. I hope that answered your question. Are there any good resources for coaches completely new to DI? Yes, call Angie. You can call me. We can discuss if you have any questions and if you are a new coach. And I can also, there are so many great coaches around our district. I can put you in touch with someone else at a different campus, and they probably have even more resources than we make available. So please just send me an email and I'll put you in touch with another coach on your level. Okay, is Winter Blitz optional this year as well? If we do not attend, will we still get our full stipend? No, it's part of your stipend. Please attend. Okay, so if we have 2 coaches or 2 teams and 2 coaches, must the 2 teams be K2, or can we have representatives from all grade levels on campuses? No, your campus just gets 2 teams. So even if you could do 2 Rising Stars teams, you could do 2 competitive teams, or you could do 1 of each. Okay, is there a list of suggestions of virtual practice challenges available? Yeah, I'm actually working on that, and Ben and I have talked about that. Ben is the regional DI director, and I will send something out because that's really something y'all absolutely need right now, especially if your team's meeting virtually. So I will work on that. Please send me a reminder next week. Okay. All right, what if you are an elementary and middle school? Can we have 2 elementary and 2 middle school coaches? Absolutely. Make sure they get designated like yesterday. So just remind me if they get designated late. Okay, let me go back up for a second.
Excuse me, Noelle.
Mhm.
We may also need to mention that they are welcome to have more than just 2 teams per campus. But they just have to get approval by us.
Yeah.
If they have more than 2 teams.
And then, okay, so we're gonna go back up. Someone asked, they said they have 3 students on campus and then 4 at home. So that's something you as the coach get to work out logistically, face-to-face competitions. So if they're not choosing to meet face-to-face for the regional tournament, it's not going to matter because you're going to submit virtually. Can you sub in students? Yes, but you can't do it past a certain date. So like you need to have a firm team by January 8th. Okay. What if my kids are all virtual? Where there'll be a virtual winter blitz option? Yes, that is a possibility. Okay, are we going to get hard copies of any of the files? Yes, I will maybe try to send you some if you need something specific, and I can always send a one-off to your campus. Can I have middle school and elementary kids mixed? So there are like grade level qualifications. So if the highest grade level in DI is the highest grade level you have to compete in. So if you have a middle school student with all elementary, you have to compete in the middle school level. So it depends on how advanced, I guess, you think your younger students are. So you might want to keep that in mind. It's not a no, but that is something to consider. Know that you have to compete up by DI rules. Okay, how is Instant Challenge working with online competition? I have that very same question. And as soon as I know more, I will share it out. So if improv is still due early, do we still need to attend Winter Blitz? Yes. And also, once you see the breakdown, some of you, your Winter Blitz is in January, so it's not really going to be all that close for you. And Winter Blitz is a great practice. We even talked about we might have breakouts to where we videotape or help those teams who were concerned about their specific challenges. All right, first year to DI appraisers. How many do they have to be administrators? First year, okay, you just need 2 and a volunteer. So they do not have to be administrators. It can be anybody. You just want people that are reliable, that you know, hey, these are the dates. You remind them a month out, I need you to attend a training and I need you to go judge on February 27th. And they say, okay, I can give you those 2 dates. All right. Are you providing examples of virtual instant challenges? Yes, I will work on that. Since it's virtual, can we appraise and coach if we appraise a different level? No. You got to get 2 separate people, but I understand your question. Okay. Is a helper to represent the team? Oh, yeah. So it's 2 appraisers. The helper, I assume, it's just an extra volunteer. So if the person had been in person, it takes, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of people. So that's why we always need the appraisers to make sure challenges go timely, and the volunteers help with all sorts of other details that are needed to make the tournament run. Okay, can 6th grade compete with 3rd through 5th, or do they need to be on a separate team? Again, so if you have a 6th grader, whatever the highest person on your team is, that's the level they have to compete into. Okay, I am at a K-6 campus. Is it okay to have 1 coach and 1 team? Yes, that's fine. Okay, is the appraiser training virtually or virtual? Sorry. No, it's currently not. We need them in person for the tournament. So we're most likely, since it's all adults, we're going to spread out in all of Obama and like all 100 rooms and do it in person as well. All right. Is there any more information about how virtual competition works? I am telling you as much as I know right now, and every time I get an update, I will share an update with you as well. So we all stay on top of this. But right now, our primary focus for our teams is just to make sure you have a team and to start collecting all their contact information and all the other things in that DI contact worksheet I posted at dallasisd.org/DI. Okay, how do we make a DI account? I am creating directions for you. Ben is, and he is going to share them out with me. So you can have your own account. I will send you that with your team number, with really specific step-by-step directions. So don't worry, that's coming. All right, this summer, the instance challenges were all performance challenges. No, so they're not supposed to be coming up. They are supposed to be just like they've been in the past. Like there's a structural, a technical. So I haven't seen them, but this is what I've been told. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, again, so the tournament for your teams, all your challenges are due February 19th. So the 20th will be when you send your appraisers and they're going to come to Obama and we're going to grade all the challenges. So your team, their deadline is the 15th of February. If you have an old DI account, should it still be active? Yes, it should be fine. Actually, you need to go log in and check because there's a new background check I need you to complete as well. But I'll send more information out to everybody later. Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you all for coming. I know it's been a long, crazy week and you are doing dual work. You have virtual classrooms and in-person, and I can't imagine having an additional meeting after work is really what you want to sit through, but we appreciate it. We hope you got something out of this. We will definitely be sending out more information the second we get it available. So enjoy the rest of your evening.